Hey everyone, this is me leaving Rachel's for the last time and headed to Namanga, Kenya, and on my way to Tanzania. So thanks again to everyone who's supported me financially. It's super helpful. Just as a recap, I flew from Dubai to Nairobi, and then from Nairobi, I made my way into Uganda, and in Jinja there at the headwaters of the Nile, and then came back from Jinja, worked my way across Kenya again, and by the end of this episode, we'll end up in Namanga, Kenya. So some beautiful produce here, and it was a good start to the day. More beautiful produce, and look at this giant tank on that little vehicle. Went in to get fueled up to make sure I had enough gas and didn't have to be concerned about it later. And another positive fuel experience. These people are pretty awesome. Just had that one stinky one in Uganda, but it's been pretty good ever since. And hit that road again, that A104 headed east towards Nairobi, and look at the traffic. Okay, you see those two vans go off to the side there? They're gonna try to pass that white truck, and then they slam on the brakes because there's this team of cute donkeys coming, and they were almost gonna run into them. Made me so upset. And then here's like another roadside market. Look at all the produce. It's so awesome. What a great way to shop. And then look at that boda, that's loaded up. Holy smokes. And another one, got a big load on there, that corrugated metal. And then as I'm up top here, headed into Nairobi, you can really see a long way there. Not great on the GoPro. Then the GPS told me to go down this road to get on the expressway, the Southern Expressway, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And I'm like, oh no, what's going on? And then it kind of pokes out. I'm like, oh, is there hope? Is there hope? It's like, oh, hope, I have hope. And then my hopes were dashed. And it goes right into this big old pile of dirt. And these three guys are gonna come in to the story later. I'll remember them. So I see this and I'm gonna walk over there. Obviously people drive it. Can I make it? What's on the other side? Yeah, I could probably make it. It's not too bad. It's packed solid. And then, is the freeway on the other side with oncoming traffic and pretty sketchy to try and get across. So I'm like, it doesn't really feel like a viable option. So I start my way back to the bike and have to figure out how I'm gonna get onto the Southern Expressway there. And so these guys figured out what I was doing and they're trying to direct me. They were so cool.
No way. No, too steep. I go this way? This way.
So initially they were telling me to go in that little cut off there to get up onto the road, and that was just way too sketchy. There's no way I was doing that. But then they're like, go back the way you came and come clear around and make a circle. And I'm like, I have to go back on that road again. It's like, all right, I don't think there's any other way. I wanted to see if I went back the other way, if I could make a U-turn maybe, but they said no, that I had to go clear around. They were incredibly helpful and really kind and saw that I was in need and just leapt into action and really did a great job communicating. Retrospectively, they were right on the money and their directions made good sense, even though I didn't understand what they were saying, partly because of the distance and the road noise and all that other stuff, but there's still something of a language barrier. But it was really great. They were very helpful and very kind, and I really appreciate them. So as I'm going along, the GPS is yelling at me the whole time that I'm going the wrong way down the road again. But I finally get to that overpass where those dudes were. There they are. I waved to them. They saw me, waved. That was cool. And then found the ramp that they were directing me to. And here I am on the expressway. and they wave, and it was cool. We had a little moment there, and now I'm on my way. Look at this cool nursery. Isn't that beautiful? And there were a couple little towns along the way, and of course it was chaos and congestion, and eventually the road opened up, and man, it was nice. The traffic was minimal, and oh, look at this cool truck. It's so cool. Watch out for cows still. You still gotta keep a lookout. Darn cows everywhere. And this was a university that was kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It was kind of unique, but it was really nice to be able to have some more expansive views and see trees and not have all the congestion. And then there was this institute here for the Maasai, I guess, and it was really cool to see people walking around in lab coats and stuff. It was kind of wild. But look at these roads and the scenery. I love this so much. I really needed to get out where I could be amongst the cows, obviously, but also where I could see out in the open. Oh, and there were donkeys everywhere, such cute donkeys. And then there were the Maasai people that were really awesome for me to see, more donkeys. And I hope I wasn't being rude or whatever by taking pictures of them, but they were just so cool to me. This person's carrying a baby, and there was a Maasai lodge, but and a big termite mound. That was really cool. There was lots of them. Another produce area here, a little market, and then a person dressed in the traditional Maasai. Another one, there's alongside the road out walking and stuff, herding goats and stuff. Okay, so see these bushes over here on the left? So those are like road markers. That's telling you that you need to get over. They're like flares, kind of, because there was this big accident. Look at that. Oh my Lord. Oh, so scary. And then another termite mound, but wow, I prayed for that accident. That was really, really scary. And a goat or a sheep, I think it was a sheep actually, right in the road, another sheep right in the road. And then another Maasai person. So cool. It was so neat for me, so unique. Such a vastly different experience than what I'm used to. Now I'm getting in, whenever I see these trucks, I know I'm getting close to a border. The trucks seem to stack up near the border. But we're getting into Namanga here in Kenya, where I'm going to be spending the night, and then go into Tanzania in the morning, or Tanzania. And so this is the road that my hotel was in on, right near the border, super close. So I'm working my way down in there, kind of give you a feel for what the neighborhood is like and the road conditions and stuff. I had to go print out my visa and went to a little store in here, and it was great. I got my visa printed, no problem, and worked out well. And then there's another woman coming up here, and just they're so like impressive to me. She's got all this jewelry on and stuff, and yeah, that's just very beautiful to me. And then here I am at the hotel finally. So the courtyard for the hotel was all secure. This is the gate to get back in there. It was a pretty modest room, but it was only $10 for a night. And I thought that was a good deal. There was a little store right there where I could get some canned tuna and some beans for dinner. And it worked out well, and I was right by the border. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Thanks for the supporters. Really appreciate you too, and the multiples. And here's a little preview for the next one. Peace and love to you all.